Yeah, it really softened the blow to hear that it wasn't me and that it was them. It just made it so much easier.
Not once. Hi guys, it's Ash, your truth bombing fairy godmother for everything love, dating, and relationships. Welcome back to my amazing subscribers, and hello if you are new here. Today's video is very highly requested and one that I have received countless comments on my previous breakup videos, and that is, what does "it's not you, it's me" really mean? Oh yeah, I think most of us have heard the "it's not you, it's me" or "I need to work on myself" breakup line before. So today we're gonna dive into it, explain what it might mean, and most importantly, how you can move on after hearing something like this from someone. But first, not trying to beg or anything, but I would really love it if you subscribed and stuck around. If you think you would like new love, dating, and relationship videos every single week, go ahead and tap that subscribe button below. Okay, so the infamous "it's not you, it's me" breakup excuse. It genuinely blows my mind how many people still continue to use this line, because not once have I ever heard someone who's been on the receiving end of hearing that say something like,
Yeah, it really softened the blow to hear that it wasn't me and that it was them. It just made it so much easier.
not once. If anything, I feel like hearing the "it's not you, it's me" line just creates further questions amidst the already crushing blow of being dumped by someone that you still care about.
Does it mean that you still have feelings for me? Does it mean that you just need some space or time? Does it mean that you might come back?
The disappointing fact about this breakup line is that unless your ex is willing to open up to you more, it can be impossible to know whether or not it was actually the truth. Because it can definitely be true that this person broke up with you for reasons that well and truly have nothing to do with you, which I will get into later in this video. But it can also be true that this person simply used this line to avoid confrontation. The reasons behind someone using this line, or the reasons behind this excuse, can vary immensely, and it's impossible to know what your ex's unique reasons might be. But for the sake of trying to alleviate maybe just some of your confusion, I'll go ahead and touch on some of the more common possibilities. Maybe your ex wants to see what else is out there, or maybe they've already met someone else. Maybe they see a relationship with you as too much work, or maybe they see it as not enough work, because some people like a good hot mess. Maybe they've realized that they see you as more of a friend. Maybe you guys argue too much and they've realized that you're not as compatible of a match as they once thought, or maybe they find particular qualities in you unattractive or just not for them. Or maybe the honeymoon infatuation stage of the relationship has worn off and they're just not emotionally invested in you enough to continue to put in the effort that all relationships require. The possibilities are literally endless, and the point that I want to stress here is that the reasons actually don't matter. Can honest feedback be a great thing? Of course, sometimes. But unfortunately, not everyone is capable of providing us with that. And besides, you are the only person who can give yourself true closure. Your ex does not hold the key to you being able to move on. Your brain might be telling you that if you could just learn the truth from your ex, or if they could just give you a concrete reason, that you could successfully move on. But trust me when I say that that is just one of the many ways our egos keep us stuck on people instead of really taking responsibility for our own emotions and looking inside ourselves for answers. For example, 2 of my ex-boyfriends broke up with me in very different ways. My first boyfriend that I had in high school was so blunt, to the point, and in my opinion, very cruel. But one day he literally just looked me dead in the eyes and said, "I don't love you. I'm not romantically attracted to you anymore, and I have no interest in continuing a relationship with you. More or less, that's exactly what he said to me. And you would think that that would have given me some crystal clear closure, but it didn't. In fact, him and I continued to have an on-again, off-again relationship long after that day happened, but that's besides the point for this particular story. Whereas my second boyfriend that I had at university, he pulled the whole "it's not you, it's me" routine. He never gave me a concrete reason for why he was dumping me. And yet, with both of those breakups, I felt just as heartbroken. Neither reason gave me the ability to move on any more or any less. I clung to both of those people after they broke up with me, and my inability to move on had much more to do with me than it had to do with either of them, how they dumped me, or the reasons they did or didn't provide. Instead, it had everything to do with my own deficiencies with my self-worth and my self-image and what I felt I deserved in a partner. My lack of genuine self-love is what kept me clinging and longing for people who made it clear in very different ways that they didn't want to be with me anymore. Let's get into the flip side of this, which is, what if it truly does have everything to do with them and nothing to do with you? Because this can absolutely be true sometimes. My fiance and I had a really rough time our first few years together, and that's because I was diagnosed with OCD and really severe anxiety. And about 6 months into our relationship, I actually tried to break up with him, and that was well and truly a "it wasn't him, it was me" type of situation. I was just so overwhelmed with my own mental and emotional health challenges, and I really doubted my readiness for a serious relationship with him. I knew he deserved the world, but I was petrified of not being able to give that to him. So I felt like breaking up would be the best option for both of us. But fortunately, that obviously didn't happen, and I ultimately made the decision to really roll up my sleeves and get to work on myself while staying in the relationship with him. But my point is that the "it's not you, it's me" line can actually be legit sometimes. However, if you were on the receiving end of this line, it is not your responsibility to figure out whether or not your ex really meant it. And to be honest, they might not even know themselves. But regardless, again, it really doesn't matter. If they simply fed you this line because they weren't brave or assertive enough to tell you the truth, the point is that they don't want to be with you anymore. Or if it really was the truth and they want to work on themselves, or they feel incapable of giving you what they think you deserve, again, the point is they either don't want or feel they can't be with you anymore. Now, as for healing, I know I touched on this before, but healing truly does have to come from within. Your ex cannot provide this for you. And if you're stuck on someone who fed you the "it's not you, it's me" line, you need to dig deep within yourself and figure out why. Why are you stuck on figuring out the reason why someone doesn't want to be with you anymore when really the reason doesn't matter? Is it because obsessing over the reason is your ego's way of keeping you distracted from your own underlying pain or feelings of inadequacy? Is it because you're carrying a false belief deep in there somewhere that you are not worthy of being fully loved by someone? Do you feel that love should be a challenge to receive because perhaps it was a challenge to receive when you were a child? Are you attempting to replicate a difficult family relationship in which you ultimately learned that love was conditional? Bringing understanding and compassion to these types of wounds is how you truly heal and move on from someone who has broken up with you, regardless of the reason. Another point I want to make on the subject of healing and moving on is specific to those who perhaps notice a bit of a pattern in their love lives, or maybe you've heard the "It's not you, it's me" breakup line more than once. Or maybe you're simply always someone who seems to be on the receiving end of rejection, regardless of the reason that they provide. Paying attention to those types of patterns is really important and can tell you a whole lot about yourself if you're willing to listen. If you notice a trend with the people you keep pursuing, the common denominator here is you. And I don't mean that in a way to imply that you're defective in any way, but I do say it to make you aware that you could very likely be unconsciously drawn to people who are emotionally unavailable to you. If you have low self-esteem, you will consistently zone in on people who confirm that message that you are unworthy of love, therefore causing that repeated pattern. I've actually done previous videos on that exact topic more than once, and I will link one of those here. So if that's a pattern that you notice within yourself and something that you would like to bring awareness to and heal, I certainly recommend giving that one a watch. Or my very first video I ever uploaded on this channel was also all about that topic, and I will also link that one here. So again, I certainly recommend giving either of those a watch if that's something that you would like to learn more about. Okay, my lovely people, thank you so much for watching as always. If you have any thoughts or questions about this particular topic, please comment down below. I absolutely love hearing from you guys. But otherwise, I will see you all next week. Much love. Bye.